Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I am I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific Time. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. So this was the card that I did last week on our Facebook Live. Then you challenged me, or a couple of gals challenged me, to create a A2 size card, which is what I did here. I don't need that out. And so I once again used the same DSP and just created this sweet little card. So that is how it came out, just like that. And I love it. I think it's really fun and it's really cute. So we're going to make another one today. I will put all these measurements on my blog. You can find that at stampwithdeb.com because they are an interesting set of measurements. So I am going to, I wonder why that's here. Okay, these are, I've already cut my papers for this. So I will tell you what they are as I go through. But like I said, I will post them on my blog. And so I started with a piece of basic white, and this is the extra thick, and it's 9 7/16. See what I mean? It's one of those funny little measurements. 9 7/16 by 4 1/4. And then I've scored every inch starting at 5 1/2. So I scored at 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 7 1/2. And because this is cut at 16th, this last little panel is a little bit shorter than an inch, but that's what we wanted. So that is what I started with, okay? And so we're just going to, I should have grabbed some glue. We're going to put some adhesive on this last panel, and I'm going to fold it over just like that, and then fold this over on top of it. And we're just going to let that set for a few minutes. And then I'm going to do the same thing on, let's keep from getting my cards all mixed up, if I can, on this one, which is the small one that's on the front. So that is this little panel right here that I'm doing now. I did this one in the back. And so this one's cut at 6 17/16. So it's just a mark short of 6 1/2 by 2 3/4. And then I'm going to score, I scored it 2 1/2, 3 1/2. So I had it this way, scored it 2 1/2, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. So I'm just going to burnish those score lines. And put my adhesive, fold this over, put my adhesive right here on this last one, and just close that one up. So we'll let that one sit too for a little bit. So now I'm going to come back to these. So this is cut at 4 1/4. Let's not do that one first. Let's do this one first, I think. Uh-oh, now I'm mixed up already. Let's see, 4 by 4 1/4. I wonder where that went. I'm thinking that goes right in here. Let me just double check. It does. Okay, so this is the one I want. So I'm going to, this was cut, the DSP was 4 by 4 1/4. This is 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. The black is. So I'm going to use these two together. And this is the Marvelous Designer Series paper that I'm using. It is a free celebration paper with a $50 order. You can get a pack of this, and it comes in so many colors. Let me grab my pack. Look at this. It comes in a pink, a blue, the gray, Pool Party or Coastal Cabana, I'm not sure which one it is. That purple, a yellow, I think that's it. So let me see, where's my, should be a cardstock in here that tells us what all the colors are, right? I may have to grab another pack to find out. I bet I took it out. There it is, right there. Okay, so it's in Balmy Blue, which is this blue, Basic Gray, Blushing Bride, which is this pink, Coastal Cabana, Fleur de Flamingo. So it goes with these papers. It doesn't necessarily come in these colors. Gorgeous Grape, Misty Moonlight. What would go with the Misty Moonlight? I don't know. So it's not necessarily those colors, but it coordinates with them. Smoky Slate, because this is the Smoky Slate, I would say. And So Saffron. So this would be the So Saffron. It's just beautiful. And both sides are gorgeous. I love it. So it's a great addition to your paper collection. So I'm going to attach this to the inside of my card. This is the one we glued together. Like that. And I just want to leave that little 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Now, if you're uncomfortable with an 1/8 of an inch, you can always cut these 1/4 of an inch rather than the 1/8. So just go down 1/4 instead of an 1/8. So if this is 4 1/4 by, let's just say it's 4 1/4 by 4, then you would cut it down to 4 by 3 3/4. So just follow that down and go down 1/4 of an inch instead of an 1/8. I like an 1/8. Okay, so now this is my next piece, and this is going to go on here, making sure we put it on the right way. And so let's go ahead and put our layers together. And the DSP is cut at 3 3/4 by 4. And then this is cut at 3 7/8, because that's the 1/8 of an inch difference, by 4 1/8. And then my white cardstock here is 4 1/4 by 4. So 4 1/4 is this direction, okay? So we're gonna put it on. So if you have a pattern, make sure you put these pieces on going the right direction. So if you have flowers, you want them, going right side up. But we put it on the black first. And I'm a layer girl. I like lots of layers, but I like my layers straight. Okay, at least somewhat straight, right? Okay, if it's crooked, it says it's homemade, right? Okay, so let's put this onto our basic white layer. Okay, and then I'm going to put my adhesive on this. And so my box, I have pulled it up. There it's flat, there it's up. My box is up, and I'm going to put it on this section right here. And I'm going to fold that down now, and I'm going to lay, wrong direction. Let's clean that off. And because it's wet, I don't want to wipe any more off right now. I'll come back with an eraser later and clean that off the rest of the way. And we'll just attach that right in there. And I want to make sure that it's even over here, or it'll pop up crooked. And just make sure that it's even with my edge over here. Okay, now the next layer is this little teeny tiny thing here. And I thought about making it bigger, but if I make it bigger, then when my card lays down, the layers are not right. So this needed to be there. The other option would be to make this box smaller. So if I made the box section at 3/4 of an inch instead of an inch, then I could make this a little bit larger. But I didn't. So let's get started with the front of this. So this is my front, this large section here. And I have a piece of basic black. And I have a little image that I've already stamped. This is the little bear from Count on Me. This little guy here, he's so cute. And so I went ahead and stamped him and colored him so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do that. I colored the heart with a Real Red Stampin' Blend, and I colored him just around the edges and wherever the shading was here that Stampin' Up! So graciously gives us, and he's with Smoky Slate Light. So let's go ahead and attach, I'm going to stamp some little hearts going down the side of him. And so I'm going to go ahead and attach him. And we're going to just bank on the fact that I can stamp those little hearts straight. So I'm going to use my Real Red, and the hearts came from Uh-oh, did I put it away? No. Let's see. Okay, they came from a stamp set in the annual catalog that has a ton of hearts in it. And I had, oh, here it is. Always in my heart. So they came from this. They're these hearts right here. This is just a great stamp set, and it's got a set of dies that go with it, coordinate with it. But I'm going to use those and Real Red, which I know I got out. I can't see things. I get, okay, this is crazy. I know, I pulled out the Real Red stamp pad. Let me grab another one. Okay, I pulled it out and I put it back away. Okay, so let's stamp some sweet little hearts up here. I think I'm going to add a greeting to him. I'm not going to do that right now, but I think I will add a little greeting right in here. I will attach something there. So let's go ahead and attach him to the front of our card. And just a really simple little guy on there, but he's cute. All right, and then I'm going to put my glue on the box part, on the top of the box. And I'm just going to fold this over so I can see where the edge is and attach this, centering it from top to bottom. And you see, I couldn't have gone any further or it wouldn't be working. And just press that down. And I just want to make sure he's straight on there. Okay, now for the edge to make it look like a book, I have cut two pieces here. They're both, these two are 7/8 of an inch. And then the longest one is 4 1/8. And this one is, that one would be 2 3/8. 2 5/8, sorry. And then I cut a piece of designer series paper that's 1/8 of an inch smaller on each one of them. And I'm just going to attach that to my black layer here. And then attach that to the smallest portion there on the side. So I'm going to go right in here next to him. Just like that. That one almost doesn't show. And then I'm going to come in with this one. And I bet there are so many cute ideas out there for this on using different papers and even stamping the backgrounds instead of just using a designer series paper. If you don't have the designer series paper, you can take a stamp and stamp a sheet of paper and cardstock and then cut it up. And it would make an adorable background for these. All right. And there is my little card for today. And so this will fit into a standard size envelope. Let me just grab one. Okay, so you've got flatten it down that way. Now, it is very thick, so it will take extra in shipping, but it will fit into an envelope, which is what the request was, to have one that would fit in the envelope. And then when he comes out, he'll pop up and be really cute. And you know what, guys? I have to put a bow on him. How about, instead of a bow, we tie a knot? I think right here, just to bring that red in, once again, I want to put, whoops, a knot. So, I crumpled my ribbon. How did I do that? Oh, I know, there's a glue dot on the end of there. Okay. And let's just cut a piece like that. We won't need that much because we're tying a knot instead of a bow. The knot will give it a little bit of something and yet not, not, really make it any bulkier. So my knot is just like my bow, except, let's get off the ribbon. Tying a knot is going to be, I'm going to pull on my left ribbon more than my right ribbon. So I've got it just like I do with a bow, but I'm going to pull my left ribbon, which is going to flatten it out, and pull my right ribbon a little bit, but not, my main pulling is on my left ribbon. Okay guys, so that makes a nice flat knot. Let's trim that a little shorter. And look at that, I love it. I like the knot on there. It needed something. To me, it needed something. And then I'll put a little greeting tag hanging off right here probably. So thank you for joining me today. Let me just look and see if there's any questions that I can answer. I don't know if I can see that far away. I am looking at my computer screen, so it's interesting. I wish I could zoom in on it. I don't know how to do that. So anyway, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. It's really a fun little card. Like I said, I will put all the measurements on my blog today. And I've already done my shopping, so I don't have to go shopping this afternoon. And be sure to comment. Even if you're watching the replay, be sure to comment. You'll be entered into the drawing. And I'm giving away a mystery box this time. So this is my blog, my new host code, the one on my blog. I will change this afternoon too. I have a new host code, and that's because I am doing a Valentine's Day special. Let me just move this down a little bit so you guys can see my host code. So my Valentine's Day special is place a $50 order, and I will send you a package of 48 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper, which could be used for this little card, and a package of bling. So make sure that and if you place and you have to place a $50 order. And if you place that $50 order, you also get a free Stampin' Up! Product out of the Celebration catalog. So you get to pick a free Celebration item. So don't miss out on your chance to do that right now. I'm only doing it through February 21st as a Valentine's Day special. And Celebration ends at the end of the month. So on the 28th of February is the last day for Celebration. So if there's something in that catalog that you wanted, make sure you get it before then. Also, went right out of my brain. I don't know. I have a couple classes coming out. I have the calendar class if you're not registered for that, or if you want to know information about that. I'll post that on my blog also. And my tulip class is you can still order the kit for that. So be sure to get registered for those as soon as possible. They both close on the 19th. The calendar class is on the 25th if you're doing it in person. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I think that's it. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com. And if there's anything I can do or anything that you need, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I will see you guys all right here next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Bye-bye.